Welcome back to goldfoxwealth. Let's talk money. It begins with a smell. Onions on the griddle, warm bread, a sauce with real heat in it, the kind of cooking that turns heads before anyone admits they are hungry. Your Uncle Mateo has run the same strip mall restaurant for 30 years, and on slow afternoons he repeats one line like a prayer: a crowd is money with legs. So when the World Cup schedule drops, you believe him completely, and that belief hardens into a business plan. You buy a used food truck for $38,000. The paint has gone dull, the generator coughs like a tired boxer, and the seller swears the fryer just needs a little love, which turns out to mean another $4,600. Your sister Elena builds the menu around 3 items only: fast to serve, easy to price, high margin. Your friend Jamal, who understands social media better than he understands sleep, promises to make the truck famous before kickoff. You paint one name down the side, the final bite, and for a single hot week in June, it feels like destiny finally has 4 wheels. On paper, the plan is gorgeous. Sell 600 meals a day at $16 each, and even after food costs and wages, the spreadsheet sings back at you. You picture fans spilling out of the stadium, sunburned and starving, waving cash at your window. You picture the loan gone before the tournament's final whistle. You picture handing Mateo an envelope of money and watching him pretend he is not about to cry. Then the permit email arrives from the city and the tone changes. The official vending zones, it explains, are limited. First claim goes to pre-approved operators, sponsors, contracted partners, and businesses chosen months before you knew a list existed. You apply anyway. You pay an application fee, an inspection fee, a fire fee, a temporary event fee, and one mysterious processing fee that seems to process nothing but your hope. Each office forwards you to another office, and every clerk answers in the unhurried voice of someone whose paycheck does not rise or fall with your panic. 2 weeks before the opening match, the approval comes through, though not for the corner you pictured. Your assigned spot sits 12 blocks from the stadium, behind a parking garage, downwind of a cluster of portable toilets that smells faintly of defeated ambition. Jamal insists the foot traffic will still be enormous. Elena insists the menu can survive anywhere. Mateo says nothing at all, and that silence is how you know he is worried. Opening day breaks over you like weather. The first hour crawls, and then, all at once, the line appears. A cluster of fans from Mexico orders 20 tacos in a single breath. A family from Japan lines up just to photograph the truck. 2 Canadians ask, grinning, whether your sauce is dangerous, then order extra the moment you say yes. For 3 straight hours, you are exactly the person you imagined. Fast, needed, loved. The register reads $4,900, and your hands are shaking from more than the heat. The second match rewrites the equation. This time, the police steer the pedestrian flow down a different street. A sponsor's tent hands out free snacks near the train station. Rain arrives at 5 p.m., and your line dissolves under a wave of ponchos. The generator quits for 9 minutes, and those 9 minutes cost you more than a full dinner rush. The city inspector returns because someone filed a complaint that your sign reaches too far from the truck. You want to ask who files complaints in the middle of a World Cup, but the market, it turns out, keeps plenty of referees on the field. By the end of the week, you are worn to the bone and still not rich. The revenue is real, but so is everything lined up against it: napkins, propane, payroll, spoiled meat, parking, insurance, repairs, card fees, and the extra $700 for a mechanic who recognizes emergency pricing the moment he sees a man sweating through his shirt. Elena walks you through the totals, and the profit is far thinner than the crowd made it feel. Mateo reads the same spreadsheet, taps one line with a single finger, and names it labor. People always forget people, he says. The last match your city hosts becomes your best day of all. You sell out well before sunset. Fans actually chant the name of your truck, because Jamal has trained the internet exactly the way he promised. For 1 full minute, standing inside that hot metal box with sauce drying on your sleeve and cash filling the drawer, you finally understand why people bet everything on a business. It was never only about the money. It is applause you can put in the bank. Then the tournament packs up and leaves town. The crowds evaporate almost overnight. What stays behind is the truck, the loan, the insurance payments, and the strange question of where you park a dream once the parade is over. You could file the whole thing under failure, but that word feels too easy. What you really learned is that big events do create opportunity, just never evenly. The best corners tend to be claimed long before the public ever hears the music. Months later, you are parked outside an office complex selling lunch to accountants. No flags, no chanting, no glow from a stadium down the street. Just ordinary people buying ordinary meals on an ordinary afternoon. At first it feels like a quiet fall from grace. Then it lands on you that ordinary is exactly where real businesses actually live. The World Cup handed you a crowd for 3 weeks. It never handed you a company. That part, slowly and a little painfully, is still yours to build. Thanks for watching. Please consider hitting like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Tell us in the comments what you'd like us to unpack next. See you in the next one.